What is up, Bowser 2K community? The season didn't go as we were planning. I thought the season was gonna be amazing. I thought we were gonna go have at least 11 wins. Make the playoffs. But it didn't go that way. Start of the season 0-1, and then second game Minshew actually cooked in the last quarter to win us the game 26-23 against the Ravens. That started off I think 0-2. So one of the worst starts in history, but they went 12-5 this year, so it didn't matter. Lost to the Panthers. When we should have won that game. Beat the Browns, and then the infamous 9 losses in a row. And then we beat the Jaguars and Saints, sadly. I was hoping we didn't beat them for the draft pick. But, I feel like Aiden O'Connell, as a backup, he came in and did things that we were expecting. He has a good arm. He throws the ball pretty good, but I feel like we should have won well this season. If we started O'Connell, I feel like we would have been a playoff team, but that's just me. Let's go over the players on the team. Starting off with the quarterback, obviously, Aiden O'Connell, 1,612 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, and 4 picks. Pretty decent season considering he got hurt, and I'm pretty sure he only played in a couple games. He played in 9 games. And he got hurt for, I think, 6 weeks on one of the plays. He got injured. So, pretty decent. 63% completion rate. Longest completion was 58. Got sacked 10 times. So that's not that bad. QB rating 86.7. 21 attempts to rushing, 30 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 fumbles, 2 lost. 10 first downs and 3.3 rushing yards a game. Not a bad season for Aiden O'Connell. Now, let's talk about the starter that we started instead of Aiden O'Connell. Gardner Minshew, one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL this year. 2,013 yards, 9 tutties, 10 picks, 66.3% completion rate, longest completion 57. Got sacked 29 times for 164 yards. Yards per attempt was 6.58, and his QB rating was 81. He rushed 19 times for 58 yards. Longest run was 11, 0 touchdowns, 2 fumbles, 1 lost, 5 first downs, 5.8 yards per game rushing. Let's talk about the running backs. The running backs weren't bad this year. Ameer Abdullah, he went off against the Saints. First 100-yard rushing game in his career, 311 yards this season, 66 attempts, 2 tutties. Longest run was 40, touchdowns 2, 1 fumble, 1 loss. First downs 14, and gets 19.4 rushing yards per game. Receptions 40 for 261 yards, 3 tutties, no fumbles, 16 first downs. Kickoff returns, he had 9 returns for 296 yards. His average per return was 32.9. His longest return was 68. Punt returns, 10 returns for 91 yards, and his average was 9.1 per return. And his longest return was 19. So pretty decent season for Ameer Abdullah considering he was mostly the backup. And Alexander Mattison, mostly taking all of our snaps for rushing, I'm pretty sure. 132 attempts, 420 yards, 4 touchdowns, average 3.18 a carry, longest run 24, 4 touchdowns, 30 yards per game, 25 first downs. Receiving, he had 36 receptions for 294 yards, 1 touchdown, 31 being his longest reception, 13 first downs, 21 yards per game. Just Dylan Laube didn't really do anything except his returns. Nasir McCormick, 39 attempts for 183 yards, average 4.69, longest run was 29, first downs 10, yards per game 36.6, 6 receptions for 29 yards with no touchdowns, 2 first downs. He had 2 big games against KC and Tampa Bay. And Zamir White, we thought he was going to be amazing this year. He did not do great. 65 attempts, 183 yards, 1 touchdown. Fumbled it 2 times, lost it 2 times, 4 first downs, 6 receptions, 30 yards, 0 fumbles. But yeah, I just feel like Zamir White was kind of a liability. Hopefully he gets it up in the offseason. Our best player, in my opinion, Brock Bowers, 112 receptions, broke the receptions for all time for rookies. 112, 1,194 yards, 5 touchdowns. Rushing 5 attempts, 13 yards, but he doesn't rush, so it's fine. Targets 153, receptions 112, 1,194 yards, average 10 yards a reception. Longest reception was 57 yards, and touchdowns 5. 0 fumbles in all those receptions. 61 first downs, 70 yards per game. Amazing player. In my opinion, offensive rookie of the year, but they usually give it to quarterbacks, so he's probably not going to get it. But he is a Pro Bowler. Amazing job, Brock Bowers. Jakobi Meyers becomes part of the 1,000-yard club. 87 receptions for 1,027 yards and 4 tutties. Lost track. 129 targets for 87 receptions, 1,027 yards, 11.8 average. Longest reception was 43, 4 touchdowns, 52 first downs, and 68.5 yards per game. Amazing pickup. Jakobi Meyers did win us that game against the Patriots a couple years ago. He pitched it back to Chandler Jones accidentally, or somebody on the team, and then they picked it. I don't exactly remember. Our other receivers were good. Trey Tucker's amazing. 47 receptions, 539 yards for 3 touchdowns. He doesn't really run too much. 47 receptions, 3 touchdowns, 0 fumbles, 31 yards per game. Pretty good player. I like Trey Tucker. He's fast. He's a great player. Jakobi Meyers, sorry, I forgot about it. He has 0 fumbles, and I'm pretty sure he has a 0% drop rate in all the receptions he got this year. Jackson Powers-Johnson and Colton Miller were good this year. Our defense was pretty good. Tyree Wilson, he picked up his game from last year. He was practicing with Crosby last offseason. Hopefully he can keep that up. 27 tackles, 4.5 sacks with a 1 forced fumble. 6 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks for 36 yards, and 1 forced fumble, like I said. John Jenkins, 46 tackles, 1 sack, 0 forced fumbles, 3 tackles for loss. Adam Butler, 65 tackles, 5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 2 passes defended. Pretty good player. I like Adam Butler. Kalavon Chaseon, 32 tackles, 5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 7 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, 2 passes defended, and 1 pick. He was a great player. I feel like he was a good pickup. Divine Diablo, 63 tackles, 1 sack. He also had a reception. I think AJ Cole or Daniel Carlson threw to him. 4 tackles for loss. Robert Spillane, 158 tackles, 2 sacks. Tackles for loss 10, 2 picks. Didn't make the Pro Bowl for some reason. Tommy Eichenberg, 4 tackles. I don't think he played too much, sadly. Jack Jones, 69 tackles, 3 interceptions, 60 passes defended, 3 tackles for loss. Isaiah Palamoa, 85 tackles, 5 passes defended. Trayvon Merrig, 104 tackles, 2 interceptions, 10 passes defended, and 1 sack for 4 yards. And he had 2 picks. Sorry, I think I already said that. And Decamarion Richardson, 45 tackles, 3 passes defended. We drafted him late, I'm pretty sure. And then, obviously, the injured man, Max Crosby, 45 tackles, 7.5 sacks. But he did have 17 tackles for loss and 7.5 sacks for 63.5 yards. Let's talk about our special teams, because I feel like we kind of... Carlson did struggle on some kicks. Now, let's give him some slack, because most of the kicks he missed were from 40 to 50, so he made all the 20, 29, 30, 39, and he missed 2 from 40 to 49 yards, and 50 plus he missed 4. That's not horrible. I feel like he just has to practice more. He missed 2 extra points. I think one of them was blocked. 125 points scored. Pretty great kicker, though, still. AJ Cole, one of the best punters in the league, should have made the Pro Bowl, but he didn't, so that's going to be a debate we should be talking about. Thanks so much for all the support on my videos lately. Just want to talk about the Raiders. Punt returners and kick returners are good. Laube's actually a decent punt returner and kick returner. I feel like he just doesn't get the explosion he needs. Hopefully he practices during the offseason. And then Jacob Bobenmeyer, obviously, for long snapper. So thanks so much for all the likes, everything. You guys are amazing. Goal is 3K subs.